Finding joy this holiday season. Here with advice is Dr. Gene Beresin. He's the executive director of the Clay Center for Young Healthy Minds at Mass General Hospital. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Well, some struggle with feelings of loneliness all year round, of course, but it can be especially hard this time of year. Why do you find that is?
I think there are a few reasons. One is that there's a glorification of the holidays, kind of an idealization that we see on TV and the radio, in the malls, which promotes false and unrealistic expectations. Second, I think probably the most important is that there's always somebody missing at the table. Many of us have lost loved ones, and there's a sense of nostalgia or missing the happy times that we've had together, bringing about loneliness. Also, kids grow up, get married, and then the holidays are shared. And finally, I think there's divorce, and folks have to alternate being in one household versus another. And all of these things together during the holidays, especially, bring about loneliness.
All things that impact so many families, and there is so much pressure this time of year. Now, you would think that with phones and email and social media that we're more connected than ever, but that's not necessarily the case. And is there one generation that you're finding is more lonely than you would think?
The Gen Zs, 11-year-olds to 26, the Cigna just came out with a new study that said 73%, that showed that 73% of Gen Zs report that they're sometimes or always lonely. The Surgeon General also came out now showing that millennials as well, about 50% are lonely. And there's a number of reasons for this. You know, I think they're using social media, and phones are no substitute for face-to-face meetings. They're worried about the future. I mean, look at the world that they're inheriting with climate change and mass shootings and, an unstable world, economic downturn that they're worried about. So they're very worried about there's more remote learning, so there's less face-to-face time. And, the consequences of loneliness are pretty serious. I mean, depression, anxiety, suicide, substance misuse, bullying, a weakened immune system. So it's really a serious crisis that we have to deal with.
It can all feel very overwhelming. So let's talk about solutions. What do you recommend to people?
Well, for those who are missing at the table, look at old photos, old movies, tell stories about the times gone by, bring them back into your home. This is the time to use digital media, Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, whatever you want, to connect with those who are not at home. Checking in with those who are struggling. Giving is far more powerful in the brain than receiving. It releases oxytocin, or the chemical that connects us together. So giving is a really important part of this. And when you think of those who are missing, try to bring them back into your house and into your home.
It's also true. Dr. Gene Beresin, Executive Director of the Clay Center for Young Healthy Minds at Mass General Hospital. Thank you so much for joining us this morning and for your advice and insights.
Thanks for having me.